Hello PIM people and welcome. I'm Rasmus, and in today's video I want to talk about the global list, more advanced part of it. I hope you have already seen the basic stuff about global list I have in one of the other videos, but this time I want to build on top of it and see how flexible they are and how beautiful it is if you mix it with complex data type, as it also mentioned in some of the other videos out there. Okay, so I just have to remind you, go in, if you're in doubt about what global lists and stuff like this are, go into Struct PIM's webpage all the way to the bottom and click on documentation. You will go into these fundamental concepts here and you can go to global lists. Some of it is described here, what it can be used for, how it can be set up, all that stuff. Just a reminder. Okay, so we already created a global list with color information. So let's imagine you are a company who have some, there's two things I want to build on top of this. So first of all, I want to show you that imagine you want to be able to, on your webpage, show that specific color. So it's not just red, but you want to have the color code of that one. So that could be a hexadecimal or something like that on the web page where you just show a round circle or whatever that shows the exact picture of this one. And you want that to be shown correctly. So you want a specific color code for it, and you want it to be so you can share it to your downstream, to your customers or your resellers or whatever, or on your brand page. You can show that one. So configure that global list. And here is why it was important. I mentioned in the earlier video that you should always create them as complex, because now you want to extend that global list. And I want to extend it with a field called hex color code. And we can just call it hex color code here as well. This is the hex value of the color. There we are. And that should be a text field. So now I want to use the regular expression. I've just created a quick regular expression that fits a hex code, hex color code. And then when you fill something in this regular expression, you can you get this error description that you can show to people. So please type a valid hex code. Could add in here hex code, so that would be the unit shown on the end of the text box to the users. That should never be longer than 7 characters. That's it. Don't want to localize it or make it mandatory. So now that is just extended on that global list. So now we can go in here and say red, it could be something like this. And you saw while I have it added everything, then the hex code here, the error description shows up here. There you are. Save that one. Same go for, let's do it for orange as well. Whatever code. There you are. And what we can do now is, first of all, we can design this list view we have here. And we can also design how this should be represented on the product itself in the back office, which are when you work in the PIM system. So when you go in here and go configure, then the list view here, you can say I only want to show the English name of the color and the hex code. That is what you see, what you saw before. The back office rendering could be the name and the hex color code, and I want to separate it like this. Now, when we have multiple fields in here, we can also define what is the uniqueness, the key identifier of this product, of this global list. So the key identifier here would be the name and the English name. So I ensure that there's only one unique entry of red and green and blue and so on. So or you can do a combination. As you can see, you can add multiple, so you can make it unique on top of multiple columns in here. Okay, so what you will see now is that first of all we change this list view here. So now we only see the English version and the hex code. And if we go into the product we created before, Sorry, not here, but here. Oh, right, there we are. And the product is here. Then you will see the color here. Just have to refresh that one and then select the orange. So now you see that I added in, I want the name of the color, and then there's a line, and then the hex code. In reality, you probably don't want to show that to the end user, just want to ask them to select the orange. But then it's just to show you that what is linked behind the scene is actually these properties as well from the global list. So you can get all of this out and into your web page or downstream your channels to customers, B2B customers, whatever you can imagine. This is the clever thing about it. And now I want to show an extra smart thing. So you can actually link global lists together. So imagine that, I just want to stay here and save that one. Imagine that these colors are something you have specific in your organization. So you have something called, it could be fancy green, and that have a hex code of this. This is your company fancy green you have developed yourself, and your clothes are made of this, by this color. But when a user enters your website and they don't know that you have something called fancy green or my cool red or whatever color you have, so you want to be linked to a base color. So when someone goes into a web page, they can say, I want to see all green products, and then they get fancy green or light green or dark green, all that stuff. So we will create a new global list called demo base color global list. I want to take this with me. Right, and that should be a text. That should be maximum whatever, 20 characters long. It should be localized, so I can have different languages there later on. And that's pretty much it for now. I'll save that one. And I will add, oh, sorry, here, I will add to the list, I will add red, I will add green, and I will add blue. There you are, and I will add orange. Okay, so now I can go back to the original color list here, and I can configure that one. Since it's complex, I can just add a new field in there. That field will be base color. That goes here and here, and then it's can be linked to another global list value. So I'm just pointing to the demo base color list I created here. I can use this button to edit the list, or I could have used this button to create a completely new global list. I will make this mandatory and save it. So now you'll see that it's on the list here. I want to see it in my back office rendering. I want to remove the hex code, and then I want just to have it separated with a comma, and I actually want the base color in front like this. You will see it later on what I'm just designing here. In the list view, I also want to see the base color in English, and that's pretty much it for now. Oh, I did something wrong here. Let's quickly see what that was. Base color. Oh, I added a space in base color here. That was my mistake. Sorry about that. The alias should always be unique without any spaces or anything. Save that one. Save that list. Okay, so when you go to the list now, you will see that I'm capable of having this red assigned to red here, and we can call it my red, my cool red, like this. Same goes for the green one. We can link that fancy green to a base color that is called green. So I think you're getting the point here about you can link all of these global lists together. And if you go into the product we had before, it's down here. Yes, and we're refreshing this one. You will see now I have this red, comma, my cool red, green, fancy green, stuff like this. This is just what you show in the back office here when it's displayed, but all of this information is linked to these global lists, and you can ship all of this, including the color code, everything across downstream to whatever you have there, web pages, systems. You set the boundaries. So this is the power of linking this together and having complex attributes in your global lists. And obviously, as mentioned before, it's really nice that you can go back and easily change, just save this one, easily just change whatever. Now it's not called fancy green, but fancy cool green. And you update this one, and straight away it will reflect all your product that inherited or pointing to this value on the global list. I hope you're getting the point and seeing the power of this, because the global list and the complex data model or attributes you can create in there is really what makes Struct PIM so flexible in any way. And this was really the power. Your imagination is only the boundaries here, what you can build on top of this. Okay, that was it for this session. I hope you find it useful. If you did, you can throw a like or subscribe at it. If not, no biggie at all. Reach out to me if you have any questions, or if you want to see a demo of this environment. Me or one of my other colleagues out there in the Struct PIM partner community will love to show this to you or answer whatever questions you have. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.